Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Strength and Balance. So this morning we are going to start up, we'll warm up on our feet, then we'll do a little bit of work with a chair, so make sure that you have a chair nearby. Then we're going to come down to the floor, do some work on the floor, then come back up and do step on the chair again. So when we come down to the floor, make sure you don't lose your chair. All right, so it's a hot one today, so make sure you have water. Go at your own pace today. If you need to take a break, please do so. Hydrate. And let me turn the music on and we'll get ready to rock and roll. All right, we're going to start up on our feet. Uh-oh. All right, my internet's been funny, so if it cuts out, I'll be right back. All right, big arm circles. Wake up the arms, wake up the shoulders. Let's hold it on the left. And switch it to the right. Now let's alternate, but take those arms forward, so the opposite direction that we were going. Whoops. I hit the light bulb. Let's hold it on the left, going forward. And switch it to the right. And swing them. So a little bend in the knee, wake up the legs a little bit. One arm comes forward, one arm comes back. And roll the shoulders back. Hold those shoulders down and back and take your head and look right and left. Wake up the neck. One more time, right and left. Then bring your head back to center and then take your head and look up and down. One more time through. Now we'll take those arms and alternate bringing them overhead. So reach, when we reach overhead, we really want to reach all the way up through the fingertips, all the way down the side of the body and up on the toe of that same side, and then switch it to the opposite side. So really get as long and tall as you can go on that whole side with that arm that's going overhead. both arms overhead. Last one, then we'll take single arms across. So let's reach across. We are going to pivot on that toe. Make sure we turn the hips and reach across. And the opposite side. Now make sure we're not leaning. We want to stay upright as we reach across. Now both arms across. Really reach. And now swing and step touch. So we're step touching side to side, and then we'll swing the arms to whatever side we are step touching to. And a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Stop your arms at shoulder height in small circles in one direction. And the opposite direction. Give yourself a hug. And the opposite arm comes on top. And release. Heels to the front. You can chop those arms. And then take your toes to the back. Now, when you take your toes to the back, remember we're standing up nice and tall, and we're just bringing one leg back and tapping that foot back. So you still have that nice straight line from the stationary ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, and ear. Now stabilize on that right foot, a soft natural bend in the right knee, heel and toe on the left. So shoulders down, abdomen is tight, left heel forward, left toes back. Left heel forward, left toes back. So we're pressing through your right heel, that soft natural bend in the right knee. You have a straight line from the right ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, ear-ish, straight-ish line. And let's switch sides. And release. You can kick it on out. You can kick it on out. Now grab your chair, please. So first off, we're going to use your chair to balance. So if you'd prefer to hold onto a wall, a pole, or something else, go right ahead, or you can use the back of that chair. So when we hold on to that chair, we are going to lift our outside leg out to the side and back down. So we're going to do 10 lateral leg lifts on the left, and then we'll switch it to the right. Now I'd like you to hold on to the chair or a wall or pole or something, just because I want you to maintain that nice straight line, and I want you to focus on as high as you can with that leg. So if you're losing your balance, you're not going to be working that leg as much. So please hold on this time through. And 10 when you're ready. Now when we lift that leg, we want to turn the toes down slightly, pressing out through the heel, and make sure that your foot is flexed. So toes are pulled towards your shin. When you finish 10-ish on that side, we can go right into the opposite side. So again, we're going to stand up nice and tall, a straight line from that ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, ear. Hold on, and then lift that leg to the side. Good. When you finish 10 on both sides, we are going to go right into your good mornings. I'm going to spin that chair around because I'm going to use it in a second, but not yet. So hands will be up, elbows will be wide, feet about hip width distance apart, soft bend in the knee. We are going to push the butt back, keep the back nice and flat, chest is square as we come down and back up. So we want to feel this down the low back, the glutes, and the hamstrings for 10. Make sure you squeeze your butt as you come up. We want to make sure the hips come forward. We don't want to push them through, but we do want to come right back to center. When you finish 10, we are going to come on down for 10 sit to stands. So we want to make sure that we sit down on our chair. Feet are about hip width distance apart. We want to sit at the edge of the chair. So we don't want to sit back. We want to sit up on the edge. Make sure that the legs are parallel. Abdomen is tight, pressing through the heels. We are going to stand up and again, stand all the way up and then sit back down. When we sit back down, we're just going to tap the butt and come up and down, pressing through the heels, hips away, chest is up. When you finish 10, we will do it all again. So lateral leg lifts first, 10 per side. So again, at your own pace, take your time as we go through. Only 2 times through, 10 of each, but we're going to come back to it. So don't go too crazy yet with them. Then we're going to lift up and down. So if you feel like you can do more, don't worry, we will. When you finish your 10 on one side, you can go right into 10 on the opposite side. When you do 10 on both sides, again, 10 good mornings first. So arms are up, hips away, down, and back up. Make sure you keep the elbows wide. And when you finish with your 10 good mornings, we'll come right down to 10 sit to stands and just switch up the angle a little bit. So again, make sure you push your butt back. We're sitting on the edge of the seat as we come down and back on up. We want to make sure that the knees don't come in or come apart. We keep them relatively steady. Core is nice and tight. Chest is up. When you finish your 10 sit to stands, you can push your chair aside, but don't get rid of it because we will come back to that sequence in a little bit. We're going to come down to the floor first. So grab some water before you come down if you need. I'm going to move the camera down a smidgen. And make sure your heart rate is down before you come down on the floor. So if you need to take a couple deep breaths, that's fine. Take your time. Definitely grab some water, it's hot. When you are ready, we are going to come down on the floor on your back. We are going to start off in that nice strong bridge. But before we start off in that bridge, we will do a few pelvic tilts. So abdomen is nice and tight. I'm trying to find the angle is good. So we want to relax the shoulders down, feet about hip width distance apart, belly button to spine, but then we are going to go into 10 pelvic tilts. So press the low back down and back to neutral. Down, the pubic bone comes up towards your heart and release. Down and squeeze, really squeeze the tummy. I'm going for 10, this is 4 if you're following me. 5, 6. We want to go slow, controlled, and pause. 7, 8, 9, and hold 10. Hold, hold, hold. And you can release. Now we are going to go into 10 bridges. So we're going to hold that pelvic tilt first. Press through both heels evenly. Lift the hips up, squeeze the butt at the top, and then slowly lower back down. Keep the core nice and tight, nice and strong. We're going for 10, that's 2. Take your time. Make sure you control up, squeeze the butt, and then control back down. That's 4. And 5. 6. 7. 8. 2 more. That's 9. And last one. When you release down, you can extend both arms out at shoulder height. Let the knees drop to the right, head to the left, and then slowly bring the knees over to the left, head goes to the right. We are going to come back to center with your knees. This time, open your feet wider than they were the previous time, so a nice wide stance. And we are going to go right into 10 more bridges. So strong pelvic tilt, abdomen is tight, lift the hips up and pause for 1, and then slowly lower down. Make sure the knees stay in place. We don't want them to come in or out. That's 2. This is 3. And 4, focus on that strong pelvic tilt. Focus on your core. 5. And 6. This is 7. 8. 9. Hold 10. And slowly release on down. Keep your feet here. Extend the arms out at shoulder height. And with that nice wide stance, we are going to drop the knees from knees to the right, head to the left, and then opposite side. One more time through. And release. We are going to flip on over now to hands and knees. So flip on over, hands and knees. Wrist is in line with shoulder, knees in line with hips. We want to drop the shoulders down, squeeze the lats. Pull the belly button up towards the spine. And I would like you to do 10 hydrants on each side. So tucking the toes, wrist is in line with shoulder. So make sure we don't sag here. We want to pull the belly button up towards the spine. Drop the shoulder blades towards the back pockets. Turn the elbows in slightly. A nice strong stance. If I was to come over and push you in this stance, you wouldn't move, you wouldn't budge. So now we are going to take that right knee and bring that right knee out to the right for 10. So lift that knee up and back down like a dog peeing on a hydrant. That's 2. And 3. 4. 5. 6. That's 7. 8. 9. That's the last one on that side. If you need to, you can push back into child's pose. Take a second. If you don't need to, you can get right into the opposite side. Make sure that stance is perfect. Shoulders down, abdomen is tight, and 10 on your left. This is 3. 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Push on back into child's pose. Hips over heels and walk those arms as far forward as you can. Now we are going to come on down for that low plank. So 30 seconds of that low plank. Low plank, forearms are parallel, elbows in line with shoulders. Then we are going to step your feet back, have a nice flat back, and hold that plank. 30 seconds. Let's begin. So we are holding that nice strong plank, back is flat. It's important, a lot of times people stick their booty up. You want to tuck the tail, hold that pelvic tilt. That way it'll take the pressure out of the hip flexors and the pressure out of that low back. So really pull the belly button up towards the spine. Press the tailbone towards your heels, pubic bone up towards your heart. We have 3 seconds. And release. Come on down, you can push back into child's pose. We're going to rest here for a second and then come back on up one more time through of that low plank for 30 seconds. And let's begin. So another 30 seconds, up and hold. Drive the elbows towards the toes. Squeeze the belly button up towards the spine. Squeeze the abdomen. But we should also feel this down the lats. Drive the shoulder blades down towards your back pockets. 5 seconds. And release. Push back into child's pose. Butt back over heels. And from here, we are going to come up back to that tabletop position, back to your hydrant. So again, a nice flat back, belly button to spine, shoulders down, 10 on each side, one last time through. So make sure you tuck the toes, you have a nice strong stance, and let's lift your right knee up and back down. That's 1. And 2. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that's 9, and that's your last one. Now you can either push back into child's pose or go right into the opposite side. So when you're ready, we can lift that left knee up for 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the last one. You can now push back into child's pose, butt back over heels, and relax. Now come on down flat on your stomach. We are going to go into that Superman. So we can either alternate arm and leg, or bring both arms and legs up together. We will go for 10. So when you're ready, up and squeeze, then back down. And 2. Or alternate. That's 3. And 4. You can do a combination. That's 5. 6. 7. Don't forget to pause at the top. 8. Hips stay down and square. 2 more. That's 9. That's the last one. You can push back into child's pose, hips over heels, and relax. From here, we are going to go into your dynamic bird dogs, 10 per side. So up to that tabletop position again, tuck the toes, belly button to spine, shoulders down, abdomen is tight, squeeze that whole midsection. Let's start with the left arm forward today. Left arm forward, right leg back. Left palm is turned in. We are flexing that right foot, then bringing elbow to knee, then extend long. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Last one. Release down. If you need to, you can push back into child's pose. Otherwise, right into the opposite side. So right arm forward, left leg back, shoulders are down, elbow to knee, and extend long. 2. This is 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Last one. Release on down. We have one more time through with that set, but let's push back into child's pose first. Take a second. So we're going to do all of that again. We'll start with 10 of those Supermen. So again, either both arms, both legs, or alternate the arm and the leg, or any form of modification that you need to do. And then we'll get right back into 10 bird dogs aside, dynamic. And then we'll come up to our feet and go back to those sit to stands. So when you're ready, we're going to come down on your stomach. 10 more Supermen. Abdomen is tight, lift up, that's 1. And 2. Again, you can always alternate. That's 3. And 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. You can release, push back into child's pose. And back to those dynamic bird dogs, 10 per side. So here's those hands and knees, abdomen is tight. We're starting again with that left arm first. Left arm forward, Right leg back, elbow to knee, and then extend long. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one on that side. Then when you're ready, we'll come right up into the opposite side. So right arm forward, left leg long, and elbow and knee come in and extend. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. You can release, push back into child's pose. And when you're ready, you can come back up to standing, grab a quick sip of water, grab your chair, put that chair back out. Hydrate. So we are going to go through that sequence that we started off with the chair again, actually 2 more times. So we did 10 lateral leg lifts on each side, 10 good mornings, and 10 sit to stands. So this is our last time through, 2 times through. So what I want you to do is, if you feel like that's too much, I want you to cut the numbers to wherever you feel is appropriate, however many you can do properly. If you feel it's too little, this is where you can push it a little bit more and maybe go to 12 or 15 rather than 10. All right, so listen to your body. We have 2 more times through, so same thing, we're balancing here. Lateral leg lift, we're going for 10. You can go right into the opposite side when you're ready. So if you finish your 10, or if you have to get to 5 or 3, however many, you can go right into the opposite side. So 2 times through, so it flows appropriately for you. Then the opposite side. And when you finish those 10, again, we're going into your good mornings. So hands are up, hips away, butt back, down and up. Notice if your range of motion is different at all this time through. I assume it might be better because we're a little more warmed up. And when you're finished with those good mornings, we can come right back down to those sit to stands. Again, You can adjust it however you need to, make it easier, make it harder, more repetitions, less repetitions. Slow it down if you need to make it harder. Focus on that form. Form is key. So down and up for 10-ish. When you finish your 10, one more time through. So 10 lateral leg lifts-ish. This is our last time, and we will stretch after this. So this is where you can give the rest of whatever you have on the table, anything else you have in the tank, you can leave it here. We'll start stretching standing up, and then we'll come back down to the floor. So one more round. Soft bend in that knee. 10 leg lifts on one side. Focus on that form. You can go right into the opposite side. Good mornings. Really focus on form. I'll face this way. Butt back, weight is pressed through the heels. When you finish with those 10 good mornings, 10 more sit to stand. Last 10. Just stay a little. Again, this is it. We will stretch after this. So listen to your body. Pay attention to form. But if you have proper form and you can do maybe 2 or 3 more, this is where you can do however many you feel is appropriate for you. When you finish 10, you can grab some water. When you're ready, you can sit down in your chair. So when you're ready, you're going to sit on down in that chair. We can roll the shoulders back. Keep the shoulders down and back. Relax the hands. And when you're ready, take your head, look to the right and to the left. Back to center, then up and down. Back to center. Drop your right ear to the right shoulder. Make sure you keep the shoulders square. Then drop your chin down to the chest, opposite side. One more time through, right ear to right shoulder. Make sure the shoulders are square. And then left ear to left shoulder. And back to center. Take that left arm long, drop the shoulder down, and bring that straight arm across the body and pull it in with the right. Opposite side. And back to center. Now, you can scooch back a little in your chair if you need to. I'm going to have you take your left ankle, place it on top of right knee. Then from here, lean forward just a bit. We should feel that right in the hip and piriformis, the left side, this side. And release, uncross. Same thing on the opposite side. So the right ankle comes on the left knee. I'm backwards. I have to think about it. And then hinge forward. You can push that quad down a little bit if you need to feel it more. And you can release, uncross. We're going to now come on down onto the floor on your back. So you can push the chair away if need be. When you are on your back, knees will be bent, arms out at shoulder height, knees up to the right, head will come to the left, and just take a few deep breaths in through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth. Bring the knees to the opposite side, so knees to the left, head to the right. And when you're ready, come back to center with those knees. I'm going to have you hold that pelvic tilt, then pull that right knee in towards your chest. Then extend that foot all the way up towards the ceiling. So keep your low back pressed down. If you find that you're lifting up or you're feeling it in the hamstring of that stationary leg, you can extend that leg long. Flex your foot, pull the toes towards the shin. And bend that knee. Extend that leg long, or keep that knee bent if that is more appropriate for you. Just make sure your butt is down on the floor. Then the opposite side. Flex that foot. Nice straight leg. And release. Extend both legs long. Both arms long overhead. Full body stretch. Reach in opposite directions. And when you are ready, you can flip on over to your stomach and push back into your child's pose. So hips over heels, walk those hands far forward. From here, we want to keep your head between your arms, right by your biceps. Keep the arms long, and slightly walk the hands over to the right, but keep your butt down on your heels. Now, when your hands are to the right, press that left hand firmly down on the ground. Then the same thing over on the left. So walk your hands over to the left, butt is down on the heels, heads between the arms are straight and long. Back to center. And come up to that tabletop position, so your hands and knees for your cat-cow. So tuck the chin, round the back. Lift the chin and sway. We want to go slow and controlled, really exaggerate each range of motion. Then I'm going to have you come on down flat on your stomach. Bring your elbows back next to your chest. Hips stay down, chest comes up into that cobra. So the hips are down, the shoulders are down, abdomen is nice and tight. If you have the flexibility, you can come up on the hands instead, but the key is the hips must stay down. So come up however high is appropriate for you with the hips still down. Everybody's flexibility is different. From here, I'm going to have you release on down. Place your head down on your left hand and reach for your right ankle. Pull the right heel back towards your butt. Now, if you cannot grab your ankle in this position, if it's easier for you on your side, you can roll to your side and do the same thing. If you can grab your ankle on your side and then roll forward onto your stomach, it's a little bit of a better stretch, but just listen to your body and see how your body's feeling today. Let's release. Same thing on the opposite side. And release. You can push back into child's pose again. And when you are ready, flip over on your butt with your legs extended long, and you can either keep your hands behind the body as long as the legs are straight and feet are flexed, or you can walk your hands forward and try to touch your toes. Reach in that direction. We just want to feel the stretch down the back, down the hamstrings, the glutes. Drop your chin down to your chest. And release, roll on up. Sit however you are comfortable. Shoulders down, abdomen is tight. We are going to roll those shoulders back. And take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. 2 more. Last one. Good job, everybody. Good job today. I hope you all feel good. Let me get in here. My hair.